Hello, this is NSX Properties. I'm doing a follow-up video for the trim and caulk job that I did on this house. I used a total of 81 tubes of caulk to do it. And I trimmed it out with 1x6 for baseboards, 1x4 for window and door casing, common board, number 2 pine. Cheap shit. I just bought 16-foot lengths of 1x dimensional lumber. And this is a rental property. It's not high end, that's for sure. Once I paint it, it'll look a lot better. But when you factor in what I paid out to do the whole house, I think you'll agree with me that it was well worth what I paid. I mean, to do all this trim, I probably paid out. I had a $9 an hour helper help me trim out this house. And I probably paid out over 2 or 3 days. Probably took me 2 or 3 days to trim out this whole house. Of maybe working 4 or 5 hours a day. Didn't cost that much money. I bet you. I think a carpenter to trim out all the windows and to hang all the doors. He wanted, I think, $1,850. And this is door hanging. I'm going to show you all the doors I hung too. There's number 1. To hang the doors, I probably paid out $50 or $75 with a $9 an hour laborer to help me hang the doors. So just a recap. This is from a previous video. I hung all this drywall myself with a $9 an hour laborer. I hung about 170 sheets of drywall. I paid out $1,000. And I also finished the drywall for another $1,000 with me and a $12 an hour laborer. He said he was a drywall guy. Obviously he wasn't. He got mud all over the floor. But I want to sand it anyway because it's hardwood flooring. The kitchen and the bath will be ceramic tile. There's door number 2, bedroom door number 3. So it's coming along. The caulk really, it's another phase that's completed. It's economy. It's not high end. But for rental property, I think it does meet the standard of what's acceptable for a rental property. I use low grade wood to save money. These doors are hollow core doors. There's door number 4. Here's door number 5. There's door number 6, going to the attic, finished attic. Now it's important to note, I did not do proper window sills. When I did all these 19 windows, I just, ripped the plywood so it's flush with the drywall and then capped over it with another 1x4, just for the purposes of simplicity and saving time and money. So as we go up to the attic now, you can see trim. I think I probably saved, to review what I've done so far in this house, I wired the whole house myself, with the exception of the garage. So I probably saved at least $2,000 wiring the whole house myself. So then I did the insulation. Once the wiring was done, probably paid out $80. I had an $8 an hour guy. I taught him how to, cut and stable the insulation up. I might have to do some touch up. Some touch up right there. I have to touch that up. So I probably paid out maybe $80 or $100 to insulate the whole house, which is nothing. Let's see, the doors, I probably paid out $80 for a labor to help me hang the doors. I think carpenters want $100 to $200 a door. So instead of me paying out $1,200, I paid $80. Here's one little thing I might have screwed up on. You see here how the stringer is right up against the drywall? Well, I guess it wasn't square and it comes out. If I would have known that, I would have furred it out. But it was after I hung it, I didn't want to take it down. So I just filled it in with caulk. It's probably not proper, but once you paint it, it'll look okay. Same thing with this side. Same thing with here. I should have furred the studs out a little more on that one side. That's a little deviation, but I save big time, serious money. Next phase is I have to paint the trim, same color as the ceiling and walls. I'm a landlord. I do everything in one color, Navajo white. That just saves me money and time. There's no benefit to doing a two-tone color scheme, in my opinion, as a landlord. So once I'm done painting the trim, I gotta clean this mud off the floor in the kitchen and the bath, run my hardy backer board, my mortar bed, my hardy backer board, another layer of mortar, then tile and grout, kitchen and bath. Once I'm done doing that, then I'll refinish the hardwood floors, and then I'll be done. I'll basically be done in this house. I basically rebuilt this whole house. When I got this house was basically a shell. There was nothing here but just studs. It was just, all this house was just studs, So I basically, I chipped away at it, I live very close by. So instead of me paying out a lot of money and putting myself in a lot of debt, I just chipped away at it. I paid $15,000 for this house. And to be honest with you, for the area and for the amount of work that needed to be done, I probably paid too much. But it was right across the street. And for resale value, obviously, I wouldn't buy something like this because of the amount of work that needs. And I was actually advised by a realtor to stay away from this deal, but I ignored her advice. And I think in the long term, it'll definitely pay off. I mean, I put a lot of my sweat equity into this project, and it brought the labor price down like tremendously. I think I'm up to my total labor price so far. I believe I paid out so far in labor, I believe I paid out $6,500. I have a spreadsheet. But, I mean, $6,500, I could see something like this. If you hire a contractor for every little phase, that would be a ridiculous, tremendous amount of money. So, once I'm done with the tile, I'll make another video just showing the progress. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. And make sure you like and subscribe.